I appreciate the show of faith.
Hey, you're like don't you actually do computer stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do SEO, so I pretty
Smart
much.
and humble.
No.
You're gonna get really humble if you're gonna be a performer. That's gonna hold you back for sure.
If I'm gonna be a what?
Performer.
Oh yeah. Okay. We might have
No
to.
humility allowed.
Egos only.
Yes.
Howdy, hey, fellas and dames. Welcome back to Classy Broadcast. Thank you so much for joining me. Today in the studio, I am joined by my friend and fellow comic here in Austin, Mike Ivy. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. I am blown away by the professionalism of this. Your first foray. It's like you're ready to go. It's like a BBC broadcast in here. It's pretty good. I was really excited about this because I listened to the show and I know it's early and I like your potential. So I wanted to make sure that I did your graces. So I bought some champagne.
Oh, holy
It was
shit.
New Year's champagne. It was on sale, 50% off.
Oh my god.
Of
Thank
the
you.
very cheap price of $10.
Oh my god.
But I did
Thank you
get
so
it
much.
for you, and I also got you a card and a little gift inside, like a New Year's.
Oh
thing
my God.
Giving to people who I appreciate the same because I'm a new guy.
Oh, thank you so much. This is
Yeah.
fucking
Plus, I
holy
appreciate
shit.
this. Yeah. I mean, even before this, like at that open mic that I got to perform at, she does open mic. Do you still do that at the Roma Room?
No,
Okay.
they canceled me. But that's okay.
That was a big mistake. You've made a powerful enemy. You're all going down.
We're good. I was there last night to support another show.
We love you.
Oh my
That's
god.
what I meant.
I love pens. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So you're a writer and a performer. So I bought this wallet thing that comes up with a thing. It's got like a pin attached to it, and just I had to make that commitment. And I know that as a writer, you lose notebooks, you lose pens, and having a little one right there, you can just sort of, especially as a woman, sometimes you have limited capabilities to carry things. You'll be wearing
Oh my god.
some kind of dress or something.
I'm always so okay. Thank you. I'm blown away by like the level of detail and thoughtfulness that went into this. Like, oh my god. Like,
it took a long time.
Yeah, you like I can put this in my fanny pack.
There you go.
Y'all know how much I love that fanny pack.
I assumed you already had a fanny pack, so I didn't get you one of those.
Oh, thank you so much. Stickers. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody loves merch.
Oh
okay.
yeah, for my podcast.
Yes.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Let's check that out. It's like
yeah. Oh my god. Thank you so much. I didn't. Oh, thank you so much. This is What a Classy Broadcast. Good luck. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you. Oh my god. Happy fucking New Year, guys. Keeping it classy this year. Showing gratitude for everybody. I feel bad I didn't get you anything, but
the Classy Broadcast is brought to you by Andre. Andre, the gentleman's champagne.
Andre is dead ass like among my favorite champagnes because
I wonder if it was your mic here.
Oh shit. All right, are we good?
Make some noise in the chat if we're off mic.
We're not live.
Oh, okay.
In case I need to record. I mean, I don't really edit anyway, just because it's.
Yeah, no, it's fucking comedy, man. Yeah, hell yeah.
Just whatever happens. It might be easier if we hold these bad boys. All right, so we've got. Do you mind just like doing a little test into that one so I can?
Okay. Yeah. Hello, testing.
All right.
Testing.
Coolio. I think we're good. All right, so.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pop this out of the way here.
Yeah, sorry.
Out of frame. Oh my god, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Alrighty, so you've got a podcast too. Fun facts.
Yeah.
Right.
The way I describe it is like it's just if Alex Jones became obsessed with fun facts. That was the original idea. But it's really just a sketch show. Like I come up with a fun fact. Like one of them was a dark skin throws off facial recognition cameras, like the ones they use in China and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is like the best reason to wear blackface. So it's like that. It's like I tried to take like the punch out of everything as being serious, So I was just like, all right, what if I just did like giraffes have long necks, and then like do a joke about that. So it's kind of like that. It's like those old audio sketches like that Monty Python would do, that kind of thing. So I'm working on my ability to create like edited content. It's 5 minutes long. It's not a big commitment, but I think you could binge it too. If you really liked it. So hopefully it'd be really good one day. Yeah.
So like I have wicked bad ADHD, and every time I get a little hit of that dopamine, I'm just like, haha, more, give me more.
Yeah. I recognize that in your style where I was like, yeah, I can definitely vibe with this because this is me when I was young, even now, I guess, but now I have like techniques and stuff I write everything down when I think of it. Like instead of like sitting down, like I'm going to make a list of how my day will go. Like whenever the muse hits me with an arrow, and I have to write that thing down right now. Like, oh, don't forget to do this. Write it down. I got the card on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to learn how to deal with your crazy for sure.
Yeah. Every time I think about like, what the fuck do I need to be doing with my life today? I just like have Siri make a reminder for me, and then like when I'm like, okay, cool, I've got a little bit of time and a little bit of motivation. What can we do with this?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's something small, like, I don't know, make a thumbnail for YouTube or something. Or other times it's like, okay, we really have to work on this joke now.
Right.
Like, we've got a show coming up. We've got to unfuck this thing, man.
Yeah, I have these periods of rest where I'll like play video games or something like that. And usually that's when the important things find me. You know, when you're trying to relax, your brain goes towards, just stress just to make sure that everything's okay. And you usually think of things then like, did you change your address? You know what I mean? Like something like that'll come up. And that's what I do now on purpose. Like I'll daily take that moment of rest and like, okay, let's see if there's anything that I forgot about. And I will think of things. Like I'll be like, oh, what you need to do is this. And that'll be the next thing I do right after that. I'm trying to be more productive because I'm trying to make a little money and being funny is cool and everything. But, you got to put a little effort into it if you want to, because it doesn't seem like anybody's going to help, especially now. It's like nobody, if you've ever said anything slightly offensive, like, it's like, no, we can't use you in anything now. It's like, so, all right, well, I guess I'll just have to have my own thing just in case, it's like insurance, right?
Yeah. So you post some fairly spicy things, some seasoned things.
I do, but like, I don't agree with all of them. It's just that I think they're interesting to talk about. And people think that just because you post something, you agree with it. But it's like, this is happening in our world. So I don't know.
Sometimes you just want to have a conversation about it. Yeah. Have you ever...
I know it's I'm naughty too.
Yeah.
What can I say?
It's why I fucks with you.
Yeah.
So every entertainer that I know is worried about getting canceled or being censored. And like, I know we're all so fucking like, we want to just leave the cancel culture discourse behind in 2021 we want to leave it in 2021. We don't want to bring that baggage with us into this special new year. But how do you think that we should like handle that fear? I know how I'm handling it, but I want to hear your thoughts.
I mean, I'm pretty open just generally to a lot of things. So whenever somebody tries to use that sort of thing on me, I usually find a way to make it funny. You know what I mean? Like I just stay funny. You know what I mean? Like if they try to say this, I'm like, well, what about this? And then sometimes I end up being right. Like they'll try to use something against me because a lot of people are just political activists. So they think that you're being political. And I'm like, no, I'm just being funny. And then they end up painting themselves in a corner. And it's like, well, what you said actually just isn't true. Like I had a guy try to tell me that science should only be used by intellectuals and scientists and stuff like that. I was like, there are several amateur scientists, including a guy named Albert Einstein, and Ben Franklin invented electricity. He was an official scientist. So the scientific method can be used by anyone. And he's like, I don't know. It was so crazy. It's just things like that happen. And I think I'll put it like this. Don't worry about it. I mean, if it's going to happen, it happens. It's not the end of the world. I wouldn't worry about it. I really wouldn't. Yeah. Like, unless you already have a job you're literally trying to protect, why are you worrying about just make art, just make beauty, just make whatever you're doing. If you're painting, make a beautiful painting. If you're a songwriter, make beautiful songs. Get them out there. You know what I mean? Not just, creating the art and hiding in a hole, but, push it out there. Once it's beautiful, believe in it, right? Like these people they're not even critics of art, right? They're critics of politics. And it's like, who cares? I make art. And if you want to talk politics, we can do that too, but that's later. You know what I mean? Like I am like, how old are you?
I'm 31.
I know I'm not supposed to ask that, but it's like, we're just getting to the part where we're starting to be politically important, right? And you have to have money and you have to have, all these things in order to really, so it's like, of course, maybe I do have a dumb opinion. What do I know? You know what I mean? Like if I don't know anything about politics, I probably have a dumb opinion. It's like, I don't know. I think that people get overexcited about things and they try to cancel you, try to say these things and denigrate you. Like, it's like, whatever, just if you are doing the right thing, just have confidence in that. And just, that's it. You know what I mean? Like the rest will fall into place. That it just makes it easier for you because they'll worry about it. They'll drag themselves to the mud. They'll try to like sue you or whatever and all this stuff. And you just go about your life making beauty and art. And it's like, hey, everybody does what they want to do, right?
Well put.
That's pretty much how I'm handling. Like I'm really not concerned with that many opinions, and I say some pretty wild shit for somebody who still has a day job.
Yeah.
But like, it's weird. The more risks I take creatively, and perhaps you've experienced this too, I'm interested. The more risks I take, the more people fuck with me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, you're doing something fantastic, which is entertainment, right? It's literally fantastic. So you have to be fantastic. You have to take risks. You have to do things that people didn't see coming, but now they're like, oh, this is amazing. You have to be amazing as like a basic. You know what I mean? Like it's like the prerequisite. So yeah, it's not like normal life. It's not like being an accountant or a lawyer or something important like that. It's also important because it represents who we are as humanity, but it's what makes life worth living, right? So we're important too, but we have to treat it like they treat their job. You know what I mean? Like realize what the core purpose of what we do is and stay true to that. And that's what's going to push us forward.
And like, I think that, I mean, personally, what I'm really looking forward to is a return to, or maybe, an emergence of it in a different form, creative storytelling and risk taking. And I like, okay, so let me just gripe about Netflix for a second.
I can't find my password.
Oh no.
No, doesn't it sound horrible? No, I haven't had Netflix in a while. I'm gonna treat myself though. I'm really excited about Squid Games. I like Korean stuff.
Ooh, I haven't watched any like Korean stuff, but credit card payment reminder. Fuck you.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Everybody wants a piece of my wallet. But yeah, like so I watch some things on Netflix every so often, and it strikes me how contrived the writing is because like I can tell that they're trying to pander to certain audiences, and I'm like, okay, did a Twitter bot write this script? Is how I feel a lot of the time, because I don't know. I just see these things and it's like, this isn't how people talk.
Yeah.
Unless I'm just doing conversations 100% wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, which is entirely possible.
But like, I don't know, like you're like a real life Gilmore Girl. Like you have that speed and like random. I feel like you have this random ability to burst into intellectual things, which I've done before and freak people out. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you're above the, whatever they're trying to shoot for anyway. And you could write some stuff, you know what I mean? Like when some of my favorite stuff is when intelligent people write really dumb sort of poppy things, like like Woody Allen when he writes something like a silly comedy or something like Bananas or something. I think it's really funny. Like when they're just like taking the piss out of even being smart. I don't know. I tend to like that kind of thing.
I love goofy shit so much.
Yeah.
Like, so you mentioned that you were watching something, and you wanted to talk about it on.
It's a podcast, and there's this joke. It's Whitney Cummings, and she does. It's called Bunga Bunga. It's about Silvio Berlusconi, and there's this joke that Silvio Berlusconi, I guess, tells everybody. He's like old man, so he tells the joke to everybody, and everybody has to laugh. Like, oh, you're great.
Was he that Italian politician that got caught in a sex scandal?
At least one, but apparently he had several. The story is so outlandish, and it's like it reminds you of Trump immediately. Like it's like Trump if Trump were way more perverted and more corrupt, if you can imagine that.
Italian,
so which makes it even more awesome because it just models around him the whole time, and they're in Rome, which is like a fantastic city. So it's like you can't hide the Caligula because it's like where Caligula lived. So it's like,
I love a Caligula reference.
Right? Yeah, it's pretty intense. And the joke is this: it says, "It's where Bunga Bunga comes from." Okay, let's see. Make sure I tell this right. Okay, so these Italian men, get caught in Libya, Africa, right? And they get caught by these tribesmen, and the tribesmen tie them up, put them up against the thing, and say to the first one. There's only two of them. Say it to the first one. All right, will it be death or Bunga Bunga? And the guy goes, Bunga Bunga? So he says, okay. And then all the villagers, all the warriors, let's say make love to him forcibly. And then the second guy, he walks up to him and says, all right, will it be death or Bunga Bunga? And the guy says, death. And he says, all right, but first, Bunga Bunga. And that was his favorite joke. Like, imagine someone, this old Italian guy, like, you're meeting him, you're like the fucking ambassador to Italy or something, and he tells you this joke, and you're like, it's every kind of ist. It's like racist and sexist and homophobic and awful all at the same time, and you're supposed to go, what? Like, it's just so
what are you
crazy.
supposed to say? Like, yes, sir, person of influence and power that I came to.
Right.
That's offensive. Let me tell you why that's offensive. That's 38 different kinds of offensive.
Yeah, it was horrible. But it's like, why? It's funny to me because it just shows like, it's like, that's where he was. It was like, I can even do this. And people fucking, I'll do it all the time.
Has Donald Trump
His
ever
favorite
told a joke? He doesn't strike me as the kind of person who like even
He tells
knows
the best
knock
jokes.
jokes. Like, oh, what kind of joke?
Oh, the best jokes. People come from miles around to tell him what kind of jokes they're telling, and they're like, "Wow, that's a great joke."
I can't think.
I
of
love
any.
his jokes. They're the best jokes of all time. There aren't better jokes anywhere.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I've
I've never seen him like other than like just ranking somebody. Like, I don't know if a burn is a joke, because if a burn is a joke, he's told several of them. Like, yeah, didn't he say something about like his hands were huge? And he's like, yeah, I can tell you there's no problem there either. Like, he's like,
Oh yeah, I remember during the debate in
yeah,
2016. Like,
I think that's technically a joke. Not like a knock joke though.
it's not a punchline.
I wonder if he could tell a joke. Maybe on Saturday Night Live when he was on there. They should cancel that show. Having a fascist on their show.
SNL. Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
What have you heard any really bad takes lately?
I mean, I hear them all the time, but trying to think. Wow, there's a lot of them too, and it's like my mind is rushing to all of them simultaneously, so I can't think of any of them.
Oh, I hate when that happens. I do that all the time. All right.
It's mostly coronavirus stuff where it's like, I don't know. I think people should be safe, and I think people should listen to their doctors. You know what I mean? It's like, why not just listen to my doctor who has my history of family records? I talked to this lady who had like an autistic kid. And I guess for whatever reason, her doctor told her not to let her kid take the, the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
But, the kid can't go anywhere now. Like that, like they were going to go to a concert and they couldn't go. But, it's a concert. So they just sit outside. It was outside. They just went outside the gates and we were all, without our, because I didn't have my stuff. I had just moved. Anyway, I can't think of anything right now. That's really messed up.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to complain about stuff.
It'll come to you.
I was thinking about funny stuff.
Like,
oh, man.
Oh yeah. No, okay. So, you're thinking about funny stuff.
Yeah.
What's on your mind right now?
Oh man. Let me get my, I also, all right. I'm going to look it down. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, there is this mushroom that like infects ants and like turns them into like parasites. They actually made a game out of it with I think it's not All of Us. It's like this zombie game where there's like zombie mushrooms.
One of Us?
Yeah.
Or Among Us.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they like grow out and stuff. And I've been trying to think of a way to make that a fun fact joke, but I can't think of anything terribly fun. It's just so crazy, like that there's a mushroom that can like take control of like a living creature and just fucking make it do shit and jump off it makes it like commit suicide basically, and then gets into a bird and the bird dies some kind of fucked up way or something. It's like a whole cycle.
Can you imagine having your whole body hijacked by psychedelic mushrooms?
Oh, when I found out about this, there was a while where I was like scared of like mold. And like, I was just thinking about like, what if they evolve and they just fucking take us over, man? What if it's already happened? Yeah. But there is like a biome in our body and stuff and all that stuff. I don't know. This isn't funny at all, but I was thinking about that.
I find that hilarious. Like, let's just take that little thought experiment for a while. Like, I don't know if you've ever had fun fungus.
Fun fungus?
Well, yeah, I didn't want to say the words in case I get yeeted from the internet again.
Right. Yes. No, I haven't got anything psychedelic yet, but I still may. I just don't have any desire to do it now.
Yeah,
it's probably the way I feel about it. Yeah,
that makes perfect sense. So I'm new to all of that, and the other day my friend came over and like we were gonna watch. She wanted to watch Bill Burr, but then we saw there was season 2 of Emily in Paris.
Okay.
So we just took a hard left.
Okay, what is Emily in Paris? Let's take a quick sidebar, just quickly.
Sure. Emily in Paris is a Netflix show about this dumb bitch from Chicago who moves to Paris to teach this Parisian marketing firm a thing or two about marketing luxury goods in France.
Okay. Oh boy. They're gonna love that. French people love being told what to do with their luxury goods. That's
by
for
Americans
sure.
who are from the Midwest.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and
For sure.
and the fashion is horrible. Okay, so Emily's fashion is horrible. Do you remember that show Lizzie McGuire?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Imagine Lizzie McGuire, but like if her weird ass clothes cost like $700 for a top.
Urban Outfitters? Is that what you're doing?
Worse. These garments are structured. It's like,
yeah, wow.
Yeah.
They spent time on it.
Yeah. I mean, one of my clients at a former, agency was a luxury clothing company. And I'm just thinking like, I've got a future. If I can't draw for shit.
Right.
But if I just draw the weirdest shit I think of and then tell some fashion designer like, hey, let's sew this.
Yeah.
And like I'll create a really farty sounding brand around it.
Yeah.
Take some really trippy fancy photos, Photoshop the ever living fuck out of those models and just charge like $1,000 for a chiffon skirt.
You don't have to Photoshop them if they have an eating disorder.
There we go.
That helps.
Follow us for more hot takes. Yeah. So Emily in Paris, while on Fungus, the hats took on a different kind of, because she wears a lot of funny hats. And it's not just her, it's other people too. Like I haven't seen this many hats since like the first season of Mad Men.
Wow.
It's a lot of hats.
Is it like British like regatta hats? Like, oh, there's a flower and it's swooping. Or is it more like the old school, like there's a bird and like a banana?
It's like neon plaid on a cabbie hat.
Ooh.
And then somebody else wore like a fedora, but like the fedora looked like it was frowning. So I'm just like,
wait, you mean like this is just part of the ordinary, like to the taxi driver with like, hey, top of the morning?
No, that was Emily's hat.
Oh, okay. She dresses like this specifically.
She's the one who dresses like shit.
Okay.
I mean, I never. Okay, so I am not a fashionable human being. I wear a lot of black and bandanas and like just I look like a dude pretty much.
You're like Rosie the Riveter. You get shit done.
There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. But yes, everybody's like, oh my god, the fashion on that show is so amazing. But like everybody around her, like in that cinematic universe, is like duly roasting her for dressing like Tom Cruise's toddlers.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
I want to wear this and a scuba hat.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, so one of the hats looked like it was frowning. So I had to act it out naturally. It was just like, so it's like, that is what you do. Yeah.
That sounds fun. I'll do it in the nursing home. That's what I think. I'll just freak out a bunch of nurses. Because it's like, is there any safer place to do mushrooms for the first time than like a nursing home? They can be there giving you, Gatorade or whatever, stroking your hand.
Yeah, that sounds like where would be the safest place to go to go on a little mushroom expedition?
In utero. I don't know. Like, I guess isolation chamber would be fucked up. Maybe even like because your brain goes weird places when it has no stimulus.
Oh yeah. Have you ever been in like a flotation tank like that before?
No, I did a lot of meditation and it made me think of that, but that's about it. Like I've never done actual isolation.
It's fun. It's like you can just kind of like pass out. Well, not like pass out, but like it's safe to like drift off and go wherever because there's so much salt in the water. You're just kind of like held up. Like you literally can't drown.
Wow.
It's great. It's wonderful.
Can relax your muscles.
Yeah. I was in there one time and it's like body temperature. It's so great. I was like, I ruin everything. So one time I was in there, I got a group. This was a few years ago. I got a group on for like flotation tanks. I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Did that. And like, I'm in there. It was like my second or third time. I was like, I was just wanting to like, my mind was completely clear. I was just about to like drift off into that like sleepy place. Then I farted myself awake.
You got real relaxed. I often wonder about that. Like I had this idea, I forgot where it was, like an anime or something where there was like gravity sickness and like how gravity affects you. Like if you were born in space, like how your bones would structure differently because they wouldn't need to, gravity would be different. And there was like a colony and they had different bones and stuff like that. And it made me wonder like how much gravity affects our bodies, like over time, like just, and I came up with this idea of gravity sickness, where it's like, if you're swimming, you know what I mean? You would have different gravity, like your bones, like think about fish. They have like hollow bones and shit. You know what I mean? Like they're built for speed. They don't need to, but also, you know what I mean? They have this also thing where they dive deep, so it has to protective too, right? Like it's weird. Yeah.
So I noticed for those who are not watching, who are just listening, I noticed you're wearing a NASA shirt today. Are you interested in space?
No, I just love ska, man.
Yes.
I was at TJ Maxx, and you just buy random shit there. I don't know if you have TJ Maxx out here. Do you have TJ Maxx?
Oh yeah, there's one like 5 miles away
it's
from
like
here.
Ross Dress for Less. I don't know where people are watching this, but just and NASA. I like NASA. I'm from Ohio. We have NASA out there. You guys have it in Houston, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a creepy organization, but rockets are fun.
Yeah, I love space. So so go back to the part where we've got NASA in Ohio.
Yeah.
So okay, is that where you come from? Is Ohio?
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, John Glenn's from Ohio. There's a lot of Ohio stuff. There's a Federal Reserve in Ohio, in Cleveland. Cleveland's kind of a weird place. I found out after a while. I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw this thing about Satanists on TV, and it was like, I know that guy from somewhere. It was like I don't know, whatever. But there's a lot going on in Cleveland. It's like really weird and strange. I mean, there's a lot of presidents from Ohio. Like I'm talking about like conspiracy theory sort of stuff where it's like, I don't know if it's true. I mean, Lex Wexner, the guy who was involved in the Epstein stuff.
Ooh.
He lives in Ohio. He's like a super rich guy. He's like the guy who gave Epstein a bunch of money to do whatever the hell he was doing, like for whatever, maybe it's like, some kind of weird thing with what is it, Israeli special forces or something. What intelligence? Mossad. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like there's a lot of crazy shit going on. Ohio is like, if you have a bunch of money and you move there, you can sort of just chill. It kind of feels like Florida that way.
The Florida of the Midwest.
It is the Florida of the Midwest. If you like Florida and snow, that's where you go. Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Different amounts of meth though. Yeah. It's mostly just drinking. People just drink themselves stupid.
Oh, okay. So there's less meth in Ohio.
Yeah, way more drinking. But we got, we get a little heroin. We get our opiate on. We'll do that.
That's awesome.
We had some problems.
I mean, like, I don't really ever think about Ohio. I've been to Ohio one time, totally by accident.
Mm-hmm. But that's what it is. It's like the mafia used to use it to chill out. You know what I mean? Like there was, because it's halfway in between Chicago and New York.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
So, you just chill out there, go. Yeah. It's like a break from having rough people up all the time. It's like where they go on vacation. It was like the halfway point between not just the mafia, but like other Italians. It's like a little Italy. So they would go to there, build up a thing, maybe make some money, make a market or whatever, and then move to California. That's what a lot of people did. And then that became a mob town after the mob followed the Italians out there.
So the Cleveland to LA to Austin pipeline.
Yeah. I don't know about Austin. Who knows? I don't know shit about this town. I could be messing up so many ways right now. I don't know.
No, you're good. What?
Yeah.
So how long have you been in Austin anyhow?
Oh, about 3 months almost now. Yeah, I love it, man. You can eat tacos anywhere. There's tacos, homeless people selling you tacos. They're good too. They're always good. I've never had a bad one yet.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe my standards are lower, but every taco I've had here is better than any taco I've had in Cleveland, except for one.
Except for one.
Yes.
Tell us about the legendary taco.
The Ohio taco. Yes.
Ohio taco sounds like a sex move. I needed to say that. I don't know what that would be, but
it includes some sort of ranch dressing, I think.
Woo!
She got scared. Brought to you by Hidden Valley.
Oh my goodness. So
the Ohio taco, yes. There's a place called Mi Pueblo, and it's like Mexicans run it. It's like a Mexican family joint. So it's got that vibe. It's just what it is. Exactly. They know what they're doing.
Man, okay, so you may have witnessed this already. People arguing about which taco is best and where.
Oh man, you guys probably take that shit so seriously.
People
like
seriously.
I don't want to get caught up in the religion of brisket or whatever. where it's like I have two people fighting in front of me over whose brisket's better. I'm like, all right, we'll just chill out.
It's like like what you like, man. Whatever blows your skirt up in this life. I am
Oh,
leaving
yeah, for
food,
sure.
but I am leaving like matters of taste debates behind.
Mhm.
I'm not doing this shit anymore. So like one of my not like New Year's resolution, just one of my like things for this year is I'm gonna quit getting involved in petty nonsense.
Ooh,
And
good luck.
yeah, I'm really gonna try. I'm white knuckling my way through it.
It is good. It is very freeing the first time you actually do that, even a little bit. You're like, oh, you forgot about it. You get caught up in something else, something productive. You don't realize it. It happens over time. You're like, that was a good year. Like, what did I do differently?
My year without bullshit.
Yeah.
So, are you a New Year's resolution kind of person, or are you
Not anymore? I used to be. I mean, I kind of have one. I have like phases. Like I have long-term plans, medium-term plans, and then short-term plans. So my short-term plan in January is to get back on an exercise regimen. You know, I was doing that for a while. I lost a bunch of weight and it was going good. I plumped up a little bit. And I got bit by one of your spiders. I lost like 10 pounds just because I couldn't eat anything.
Holy
Right
Toledo!
there. It took it looked like somebody took a spoon and just went and took out flesh.
Did you get bit by a brown recluse?
I think it was. Can't prove it, but I mean, it had all the symptoms. I did the first aid and everything, and I think that's what it was. So anyway, long story short, this thing bit me.
That is a big old ouchie.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of shocked by that. I've never seen.
You should see that. It looks like somebody took a fucking spoon and went and just like took out like a divot out of my hand. Right? It was crazy. It sucked really bad. I had to take a week off of work.
Are you doing better now?
Oh yeah, much better. I lost 10 pounds, so I could fit in these
Spider-Man.
pants. Check out these things. I'm so happy I could fit in these. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Those are some nice pants.
Oh yeah, they are, man. Yeah.
Man,
Feel good too.
I love doing stand-up so much.
It is great, right?
But I also love tall boys. Beer. I mean, beer and.
I thought you were. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, like I was doing so great with like diet and exercise and like weight loss and stuff, and then I started doing stand-up.
Yeah. Water.
Yeah, I always feel bad because like I want to support the bar because it's like, hey, you're so goodly to have us. Yeah, like let me spend a little bit of money here, but then I turn into small scale Caligula. I mean, not like
you just gotta scale back the drinking. Like what I did was
I'm doing dry January.
I did like soda and lime for a while. I did like Shirley Temple stuff like that, and then you just have cash on you. You tip them like $4. You know. They look at you like you're crazy, but he's like, also, I'm never buying anything else today. So fucking enjoy
Here you go.
All right, you'll never see me again, sir. I have to do this 5 nights a week. I'm not gonna you're on the right track. I think a lot of people do that just out of like guilt, but it's like you can still support the bar. I mean, you come there, you're doing a good show. People don't put a lot of self-worth on that sometimes at the beginning, but it's like you're doing a show, you're bringing people there to see you, even if it's 1 or 2 people. It's money they didn't have before, Don't feel guilty too much, right? You're trying to do something good.
My parents are Catholic. I don't know any other way to be.
I see. Yes. The power of guilt.
The power of guilt compels you.
Yes.
I think that's the second time in a row that I've done a little bit of casual blasphemy on Classy Broadcast. So
I'm not even sure if that's blasphemy. They might agree with you. Well, yeah. What do you mean? Is it a problem?
It's like, should I sell that in a Spencer Gifts or should I sell that in at a mega church? Like,
right? Yeah.
Like, so did you move to Austin to pursue comedy more seriously? Because I know a lot of people are doing that right now.
Yeah. I was going to move in to New York, and then coronavirus stuff happened, and it was like, all right, and then just watched the news and paid attention to things, and it just seemed it made less and less sense to go to New York versus Austin, just because I felt like it would, I'm a new guy. I've been on TV once, but no one cares. It was like a Hulu thing. And
can we go back to that for a second? Like, what was what? Do you mind if I ask what like show or like
it was
movie
like
you were
the
on?
stand-up variety show called Laughs. And they did like one. It was this guy Steve Hotstetler. He runs a bunch of shows and Laughing Devil Comedy Festival and there's like a Laughing Derby, something like that. Anyway, so he runs this festival, and he had a deal with Hulu and Fox to do this like limited market thing. It was like everywhere. It was everywhere but Cleveland. Like it was like they were showing me the list of cities it was in. It was like New York, Chicago, LA, and it was like Cleveland was not on there. It was like why would I don't know, whatever. But people saw it, and some people liked it, and I got some responses, like 2 or 3 responses. But I never turned it into anything because I was in Cleveland, and nobody knows how to do anything in Cleveland except for make pierogies and lose football games.
Man, I love pierogies.
They're so good. It's so bad. It's like just a wrapped carbohydrate. Like,
man, all right.
So good, though.
The other day, like a month ago. So one of my good friends here in the scene is Polish, and when we took a girls' weekend to Dallas a few weeks ago, and she took me to this like Polish like restaurant and grocery store, and we had sauerkraut pierogies, diet pierogies, so healthy.
Oh, diet pierogies.
Yeah, there was also like mushroom ones. I don't fuck with mushrooms, but whatever kind of like mushrooms the Polish ladies were serving up.
Yeah,
they were good shit.
Yeah.
So I'm talking a lot about mushrooms of different kinds today. So like
one of us.
Yeah. Did you ever nerd out over anything super weird in school? Like you just learned one cool thing. It was like, because my thing was like mushrooms. Like I loved fungus because not only are they so absurd and like so stinky and so weird, but like
slime molds. Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, and they like or like a poison pigskin puffball. It's this mushroom that grows, and if you drop like a little bit of water on it, it explodes like visibly.
Huh.
And it's like I'm just like,
what? Like,
yeah. So like during the mycology unit in bio class in high school, I was like captivated. It was.
Yeah. I tend to randomly nerd out. Like what you do with your dopamine thing. Like when I get curious about something, I'll like pick up a book and just like read about it or something, or go to a website. Yeah, I know what you mean. Mushrooms are weird. Like they're just like they have no intelligence, but then also really high intelligence. Like you can use them as circuit boards and shit. It's fucking weird. Like
yeah, and you like make packaging and stuff out of them.
Yeah,
and like
I don't know,
adaptogenic tea. What's a fun rabbit hole you've fallen down recently? What's something that got your curiosity going?
Let's see. Well, let's fucking find out. I got YouTube Premium, so I do it all the time.
I love me some YouTube Premium.
Dude, recently I've been all about like I've been getting back into like religion, just curiosity about religion and its formation and how it changes and stuff. I guess amen. You ever heard amen? At the end of a prayer, you say amen.
Oh yeah.
I guess that's like a reference to like Egyptian god.
Oh.
And it's like a secret thing too, so it's like almost like this secret got passed on, where it's like amen to the hidden one or something like that, some shit like that. But
in the Mummy, like the Book of Amun-Ra.
Yeah, something like that. I think it is Ra. I think it is some. Yeah, exactly. It's like it's fucking. There's like this thing about let's see. Oh, and it's a narcissism. I've been trying to like.
Oh yeah.
Because there's like practical narcissism that people use, and then there's like clinical narcissism where it's like, no, this is just the kind of person I am, and this is how I perceive like reality.
Yeah, like okay, so I went to grad school to be a therapist, and so like the cluster B and the DSM, like those personality disorders were very interesting to me.
Yeah,
because like I worked on studies on PTSD while I was in school, and I found like. I was curious about how much of what we were, calling like personality pathology is really just trauma, but branded differently.
Oh yeah, totally. I met a person like that, and it sort of felt that way. It was like, I think they're just protecting themselves. Like it seems like they're being aggressively protective. Like it's almost like a firewall that like, what are you doing? Like, why are you here? Were you being nice to me? What's up?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
there's a lot of shame, I think, around that, and like, one of my least favorite internet things, and a thing that I very much hope dies forever.
Okay, I love this.
Is X signs that this person is a toxic narcissist.
Oh my god, I know, right?
Okay, so
he doesn't agree with me.
Must be a narcissist,
right? It's so weird.
This man doesn't do a very good job of communicating his feelings. Definitely a narcissist. Like,
yeah, totally.
okay, so like I I never, I don't know, like, yes, there are, patterns of behavior that, narcissists have, but like actual narcissistic personality disorder is so incredibly rare.
Right.
People might be high in like trait narcissism, but that's not the same thing as having a full-blown personality disorder. I'm really looking forward to getting back to a version of the internet where we have practiced nuance and like maybe a little bit of empathy for others. Like, okay, why are you like this?
Right.
What's going on here?
Oh yeah, no, totally. And like they usually just paint it as like this bad thing automatically when it's like, well, I mean, people let themselves be tricked sometimes too. Like, they let them, they use these things where it's like, if I do something nice for you, then you'll do something nice back. And it's like, not necessarily.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a kind of manipulation,
Yeah.
technically, if you're not clear about it, right?
Benevolent. I can't words. Benevolent manipulation.
Right. Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
like, in the past, like, I've totally been guilty of.
Mhm.
Like,
It's a very youthful, naive sort of way that, it's, yeah, of course. It's innocent, right? Like, it's like, but like at the same time, you learn, oh, I shouldn't depend on them to do that. I should only help when I can or when I think it'll be worth it, right? Or, when I see a real need, right? And I can afford it.
or like when you want to help somebody with something, like knowing full well that like this might not be returned in the way that I subconsciously hope it will be.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, the kind of like boundary that I'm having to set with my behavior is, all right, am I willing to do this if this person never, acknowledges it or never like considers it again? Like, am I okay with just what am I willing to lose on this? What does loss, look like to me? Oh, excuse me, in that regard. But like, I think a lot of people do. Like one of the things that I tried to do last year was eliminate sources of resentment in my life, and I realized in that I had been, doing things for people in like the hope of like gaining their approval or like feeling, a greater sense of my own self-worth.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, this ain't working. It's time to find a different path. Have you experienced that like on either side?
I feel like, I don't know. When I work on things emotionally, it just sort of happens. Like, I feel like women, I love that you have like a plan. Like this year, I believe I want to accomplish less resentment. And it's like, for me, it's like, Michael mad. Michael no like, Michael no like Cleveland. It's like, whatever. It's just, I just sort of like, that testosterone doesn't allow me to think that much about it. But like, I do know what you mean. Like when you resentment, like when you have expectations, and people sometimes will call it like, oh, you're entitled. You think that the world owes you something, or but it's like, it's also like, you don't know what's going to happen. Like people go their whole lives with this thing, oh, I'm going to be a doctor or whatever. And then, they become like a professional wrestler or something. You know what I mean? Like that's not what they wanted to do when they came out with, but they don't even know what they want. They think they know what they want.
Yeah.
So it's like, when you're just making the best possible guess when you make these actions, and you just have to go with the flow, because it, like even Darwin, it's like, it's not the strongest, it's not the fastest, it's the most willing to change to overpowering circumstances, like, oh, the fucking glaciers are melting, you know what I mean? Like, instead of being like, we'll be fine, it's just a meteor, we'll be fine. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like being able to fucking be in tune with reality while you make these plans that may not happen. Next thing you know, somebody eats a bat in China and you got to move to Austin.
I love just the velocity with which you went from having reasonable expectations to making a beer bug joke. That is so mwah.
Yeah. I'm working with ADD positively.
So, okay. So I was diagnosed, autistic and ADHD, finally at the age of 29. And it's like, when that happened for me, it was like, oh, I'm not incurably broken. They're just trying to run Windows when I'm a Mac.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I never got diagnosed. I'm off the grid, but I know what you mean. it's kind of obvious with I got diagnosed with ADD, but it must have carried over. I mean, it still feels the same. They tried to put me on Ritalin. My mom was like, "All right, chamomile tea. We're not putting you on your drugs." I'm sorry, I don't trust the government. That's one good thing about being black is my mom was always a little wary of like institutional nonsense. So like she didn't get caught up with too many scams. Some of them, like Amway, they got Amway for a little bit.
We were in Amway House too.
Yeah, it sounds good, like to someone who doesn't know what a business is. It really does, but it is just a pyramid scheme. It's like, so what's this pyramid about? What is this important to the scheme? Yeah, it's like literally a picture of the pyramid in the fucking paperwork. You're like, okay, this seems legit.
So, but like, did your mom like give up that stuff a while ago, or did it change over to like Herbalife on Facebook or what?
She liked the products. She said that it made her feel better, and she knew about herbs. Like she studied herbal medicine when we were kids, and she helped us with a lot of things. Like I still know some of the stuff.
Oh,
so it's like she knew it worked, but it's like as far as a business, she probably would have been better just like literally making her own in her fucking house like a witch or something and selling it. You know what I mean? Like that probably would have worked a lot better than, because then it's all profit. But try explaining that kind of stuff to somebody who doesn't know about it, like getting funding and stuff like that. Like it's like learning magic or something. It's like, oh, people just give you money because they think you'll give them money back later. Why? Yeah.
I mean, I love the idea of like your mom just like going like saying "fuck you, Amway" and just like making tinctures and like a giant cauldron in the backyard.
She kind of did in a way, like she's very smart. She grew up in the South, on the farm, so she learned a lot of that stuff. And then she started to become a lawyer, so she kind of understands process of law. So just like having a good instinct of like, well, you have to prove it. You have to prove it. Like I know how you feel, but you have to prove it. So she understands that, which a lot of people, to really, you see people come to court and they're like, well, let me tell you what happened. He slept with my sister, so I shot his dog. Can I go?
It's only logic.
Yeah. Can I leave? An eye for an eye, Your Honor.
There is a newsletter that I love very, very much. Are you familiar with the writer Samantha Irby?
No.
She's a writer. She's a comedian. She
Samantha
just
Irby.
wrote an episode of that new Sex and the City revival.
Okay.
I think she might have actually written the one. Okay. Wait. Have you seen that show, or do you have any intention of seeing it? Can I ruin
Sex
this
and the
for you?
City?
And Just Like That. I think that's the name of the spinoff.
You can ruin that. I will watch it, but probably only ironically. I've seen one or two. It's like written by a gay man, right? Isn't it? It seems like it's like the whole show seems like it's written by a gay man to me.
Yeah, possibly. Like the fashion is really, there, but
It's
like these
very,
bitches really aren't.
Haute couture.
Yeah.
Like we're fucking slang queen. It's like that. That's the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like it's a certain kind of like escapist fantasy.
Right.
I think she might have actually written the episode where they kill off Mr. Big with a Peloton.
Oh shit. Really? A Peloton?
With a
I
Peloton.
didn't like that.
Yeah, I guess he like had a heart attack and like was yeeted
I
from
did
this
hear
mortal
about that.
coil, and then Peloton, or like Ryan Reynolds, came back with a Peloton commercial for featuring Mr. Big coming back to life. I do love
The lore. Oh my god.
yeah, and like I think it might have been like it was either like at the very end of the Before Times, the start of the Panini, when
Start of the Panini. I'm gonna assume that's a special, like it feels like Lady Seinfeld. That's what it feels like to me. Like there's a lot of references happening. There's a lot of like jerk store kind of thing where it's like, you know what I mean, with the jerk store.
Jerk store, what's that?
There's a Seinfeld episode about.
okay.
Anyway, but like Panini. Please explain what the Panini is.
So Panini is what I say when I don't want to get censored for talking about the beer bug.
Ah, I see.
The beer bug phenomenon.
Right. Okay. Got it.
Yeah. So the French word for soft bread is pain de mie. So we can maybe say pain de mie. We can maybe say soft bread.
Okay.
Pain de mie. Yeah. So like I don't remember exactly when this was, but it was Peloton wife.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember what exactly was wrong with the ad, but everybody got all upset about it.
Yeah.
Like they do. So Twitter got its collective panties in a wad.
Right.
And then Ryan Reynolds booked that actress for an aviation gin commercial.
The actress that played the
Peloton wife.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, I would never watch that show. That sounds So trying. I need to see somebody like fight somebody or at least be mad. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess I can. That's the kind of show I could only watch with a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, it's the only way it's happening. Like
if you're dating a
I
chick
might
and she's
enjoy
like, I
it.
want to watch this. We have to.
But if I'm alone, just like, there's something so emasculating about watching Sex in the City alone to me. I don't know. Like, it's like, I need a steak, something to punch.
I need a steak. Oh my god. Yeah. Speaking of violence, have you ever seen 90 Day Fiance?
90 Day Fiance. Is that reality show?
Yeah, it's a reality show.
Oh no. What is it?
Okay. It has gone through so many iterations. And okay, so I recently re-downloaded a dating app out of sheer total desperation.
Okay.
And I mean, I say desperation, it's really more like curiosity. And the gentleman that I am supposed to go out with very soon was asking me like, "Oh, what are you up to tonight?" I'm like, "I'm watching 90 Day Fiance." He's like, "Well, what's 90 Day Fiance?" And so it started off innocently enough.
Uh-huh.
Couples meet. One of them is in another country. They apply for the K1 visa and the fiance visa to bring that partner to live in the States with them, and presumably just walk off into the sunset, a happy couple.
Naked.
That ain't what happens.
Yeah.
Usually. No, it ain't. I mean, there's some couples that stay together and like have beautiful lives and wonderful little stories and stuff, but like it's trash.
Yeah.
It has become its own MCU of trash.
I love it. This is its own like.
There are so many spinoffs. So there was 90 Day Fiance, and then there was 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. So like the couples haven't applied for the visa yet, but like
I feel like getting a Russian girl in there is like asking for it.
Oh, they have so many Russian girls
like
on
if
there.
You get a Russian girl from like the Tennessee of Russia, just coming over here, like, where'd my car go?
They've had Siberian broads on there before.
Right? Yeah. Ooh, that shit's so fucking scary. That is, just a Russian lady coming after you with a knife. Oh,
Anfisa did that. Well, I mean, she didn't use a knife. She used car keys, but
that's worse somehow. Why is that worse somehow? That's like something.
She keyed idiot into the guy's car.
That's the hood ratchet is so deep. How Russians get like, you ever seen like some of the Russian like camera stuff that they have,
bro?
Where it's like, whoa, these people are fucking. This is crazy. Yeah. Oh my god, I want to watch the show now. Like, if they're having like Russian broads come over and like, you know, some guys like, hey, here's my car keys and here's my PIN number for my. Don't use it for anything illicit.
Oh yeah.
She's like, yes, no worry, it will be good.
In Soviet Russia, phone race you.
How do I get a rental truck here for moving?
Where is how you say hog farm?
How do I find fence for your stuff? I'm going to steal.
But no, one time, there's one Russian character I think you would really fuck with on that show, and that is Anfisa, because she really brings the mess.
Okay.
I mean,
I love the name already.
Oh yeah, she's great.
Yeah, straight out Central Casting.
Yeah. So the guy, the simp that she was married to. No, once you see some of these couples, like you know exactly.
The dynamic is obvious.
Oh yeah. So with George and Anfisa, it was he was like a weed entrepreneur.
Okay.
And she liked expensive things.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
did he have a backbone at all, or was he just like,
he gave her the password to his phone, and she got pissed off at him one day and like just nuked his phone from Russia. And he was surprised that she did that.
Sad.
It's like,
we had an agreement.
It's like y'all are way too fucking trusting.
It's crazy. That is nuts. It's like, well, we love each other. What's her name? Fucking dummy.
No, right? Like,
wow, that's so crazy. It's so crazy how there's like, in America we have crazy naive people and like people who are like razor sharp, you know, New Yorkers and shit like that, where it's like they're all over you if you fuck up.
Yeah.
Like in the same place. Wow, man, that poor guy. But like at the same time, it's like, you gave her your password to your phone. Why does she need that?
You fucking idiot. Yeah.
Why would your wife need that? Like, maybe, but like also probably not.
Never. Like, okay, I've got to ask. Oh, excuse me. Have you ever done the online dating thing? And if so, like, have you been catfished ever?
One time I did Tinder just out of curiosity. I mean, obviously I wanted to try to get it, but I was like, I was a little heavier too, so I didn't look good on Tinder. You know what I mean? It's not like anybody's like, well, hold on a minute. This one, like, this is exactly what I'm looking for. So I usually, when I had relationships, it was usually a personality thing at that time. But like when I was younger, I looked good, so I have good structure underneath the flab. Anyway, so I met this lady on Tinder, and she didn't look too great on the Tinder either. But I was like, what do I know? You know what I mean? Pictures are fucked up, and stood me up.
Oh,
Yeah.
bitch.
It wasn't even like a real person. It felt like at one point I was so out of it that I was like, I just want to go to get coffee somewhere and talk to somebody. Like, that's fine. I don't care if it's not like, I'll just like tune out and be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's really cool. That's great. Maybe something interesting will happen. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've never catfished anybody, but I sure have been accused of it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, here's what happened. Because to your point, there are razor sharp motherfuckers,
Yeah.
and there are dumb motherfuckers.
Right.
I matched with a dumb motherfucker.
Mm.
I'm a sucker for dumb dick. Sometimes dumb dudes can sling it.
Mm.
But I went. This was years ago. I matched with this gentleman. I was about to leave for Honduras to go home and visit my family for Christmas. Yeah, I'm half Honduran. No, nobody believes that. But yeah, I was like about to I was like packing my bags. You know how it is like the night before you like go to the airport for like an early flight. It's like, yeah. I'm just like, yeah, these pants are kind of still damp, but I'm gonna pack them anyway because I don't feel like staying up for the whole dryer cycle.
Yeah, just making it happen.
Yeah, like it's not a sexy fun time. But the dude was like, can I come over? Can I come over? Can I come over? I'm like, oh, fine, whatever. I'm not gonna get any action for 2 weeks anyway, so I might as well just yeah. Yeah. So like, okay, in my profile, I was wearing makeup and nice clothes. In this night before airport shit, I was not wearing makeup.
Yeah.
So
oh my god, that's so horrible.
Yeah, and it's like I don't wear heavy makeup, never have. I don't have that kind of patience.
Right.
But this cat was like, you catfished me. I'm like, no, just did you think I was born with purple shimmery eyelids? Are you stupid? Like, have you just never seen a lady before? Like we look
apparently
like
not, because that is not how you come over and get laid. I mean, I don't know. Like, you catfished me. Let's make love.
Yeah. I really didn't respect myself at the time though. So I was just like, you know what? He was like, yeah, I drove here from South Austin. Let's go upstairs. Like, okay, fine, whatever. But like, so he was like, we had a really stupid conversation. And then he was like complaining about his like roommate's girlfriend. And like, she sent him pictures of like her in her underwear, but she like wasn't wearing sexy underwear. Like floral bloomers, basically. Bloomers. Which,
this is Texas. You guys probably got bloomers somewhere.
Somebody's wearing bloomers.
Somebody's got the recipe for bloomers out here.
The recipe for bloomers. That's going to be our ska band.
Welcome to the recipe for bloomers.
Recipe for bloomers podcast. So, other than fun facts, I know we're coming up on time here.
Okay.
Other than fun facts, what else have you got going on? What advice would you have for people at home today about how to have the kind of year they want to have?
Oh, if you want to have the year the kind of year you want to have, what you want to do is invest in Bitcoin. Just put all your money in Bitcoin. Sell your house, sell your kids, sell the dog. Just put it all in Bitcoin. What else? That's it, really. Yeah, fun facts. It's a great show. I'm really working on it. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I have like this phone number you can call in and bring your facts and all this stuff. You can be part of the show. I'm really trying to make it a big deal this year. I was on Kill Tony a couple of times and that went well.
Oh yeah.
I know some people hate his guts, but
if you want to send me a link to your Kill Tony performances, I'll put them in the description. And I'll plug your YouTube channel in the description as well.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah,
absolutely.
This has been really good. I really like this. I will be listening, and